Can I help you?
Hello, sir. My name is Officer Howe, and this is my partner, Officer Ware.
Good day, sir. We're looking for a Mr. Grinch.
I'm the Grinch. How can I help you, officers?
Sir, we have a report that a young girl, a certain Cindy Lou Who, was recently accosted by a gentleman who fits your description.
Cindy Lou... Who?
Yes.
Yes, what?
It was Cindy Lou Who.
You're asking me?
Asking you what?
The girl's name.
Cindy Lou Who?
Precisely. I would think if you're going to come around here accusing me of something, you would at least know my accuser's last name.
We do know her name.
Which is?
Who?
The girl.
Yes, it's who.
That's what I want to know.
We're getting nowhere here, Mr. Grinch. Do you have a first name?
Why?
We need it for the report, sir.
Why?
Sir, either you answer the question or I'll have to arrest you for obstruction of justice.
It's Y. My first name is Y.
Your first name is Y?
Yes.
Like the letter?
Yes.
Y.
Yes!
No, I mean, why is your first name the letter Y?
My mother did it. She was going to name me Yukon Cornelius, but she passed out after she had written the first letter of the name on the birth certificate.
Y.
Yes?
Yes, what?
You were going to ask me a question? You said why, and I said yes. I'm trying to cooperate here, officers.
We're getting off track here, sir. The fact is that a young girl named Cindy Lou Who said that a creepy green older gentleman was walking his dog when she suddenly and without warning was exposed to genitalia.
If I may ask, Officer Ware?
Certainly. What do you want to know?
Where?
Yes. What?
Where?
Yes. Spit it out, Mr. Grinch. If you've got a question, please just ask it.
No, I don't think he means you, Where. I think he's asking where.
He's asking me what?
Okay, forget where. I don't want to know where. How about how?
What?
What?
Sir, you just indicated that you wanted to ask me a question. What were you asking where?
Am I asking you what?
You're not asking me anything. He is.
You said where?
And he said how.
Stop it, both of you! Okay. Calm down, Grinchy Poo, calm down. Okay, now, Officer Ware and Officer Howe, what I would like to know is, where as in location, and how as in chain of events, did whatever you are here accusing me of occur?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Sir, on the evening of December 16th, a Miss Cindy Lou Who claims that while she was walking in the park located 1 block down the street, she passed a man who she described as old, ugly, and green walking his dog.
Yes, that would be me.
She said that while she was passing the old man, she looked over briefly, and to her horror she saw exposed genitalia and what appeared to be oral sex occurring right there in the park where anyone could see it.
This is a simple misunderstanding, Officers Howe and Ware.
Are you denying that this happened, Mr. Grinch?
Oh, no, it happened, but it wasn't me. It was my dog. He was licking his own genitalia. It's what he does. He knows it makes me very jealous.
So it was your dog? May I see the dog, sir?
He's not here right now. Probably off humping someone's leg, if I know him.
A likely story, sir.
Sir, does your dog happen to have a name?
Yes, he does.
Sir, could you give us the dog's name?
Kiss my balls.
That does it. You're under arrest.
Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right
no,
to...
no,
Put your hands
wait,
on...
that's
Give me
his
your
name!
hands. Give me
That's
your
the dog's
hands.
name!
Hands where I can see them, Greenie.
On a street in the night, in the cold winter's light, a child stands alone and she's waiting. And the light that's out there, it just hangs in the air, as if it was just hesitating. And the snow, it comes down and it muffles the sound of dreams on their way to tomorrow. And when they appear this night, we'll hold them near, for where they will lead, it will follow. For here in this city of lights, this evening awakens the dreams that it might. The winter, it conjures the spells it will weave, so gently covers the ground. Christmas Eve. In this scene on this night, there's an ancient hotel where shadows they do tend to wander. And the ghosts that live here hold each moment so dear. For time's not a thing one should squander. And they recount their sand as it runs through their hand, and examine each moment for meaning. It can be wished upon till the moment it's gone, like day disappears into evening. For here in this city of lights, this evening awakens the dreams that it might. The winter it conjures, the moment is seized. The snow gently covers the ground. Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas,
This night, the dream still wanders as it was meant to be. And every year, this night grows fonder of children and circumstance caught in this childhood dance as the world turns around, keeping dreams off the ground. Windows of frosted ice, prisming candlelight, and somehow we start to believe in the night and the dream as it cuts through the noise, with the whisper of snow as it starts to deploy in the depths of a night that's about to begin, with the feeling of snow as it melts on your skin, and it covers the land with a dream so intense that it returns us all to a child's innocence. And then what you thought lost and could never retrieve is suddenly there to be found on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve.
Good morning. My name is Andre Provencher, and I am currently the director for Outside the Box's production of Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol, which is now playing at the Franklin Pierce Jr. Auditorium in Montverde, Florida. And at this time, the Outside the Box players would like to perform an excerpt from Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol.
Give us your excerpts.
They return to the spirit world.
And Marley sat midair, gloomily rubbing at a place on his wrist, where one of his chains had begun to burrow into his skin. So, what do I do now?
Oh, what do you mean?
So now I just stay here until I look like one of them.
Oh, up to you, old crumpet.
You speak as if I have a choice.
Oh, you do.
I thought I was here forever.
Oh, you could stay if you like. Most people do.
You mean I don't have to stay? And for the first time in a great while, Marley's face was lit with a kind of hope.
No, you're not stuck. No one is stuck. It's just in certain places it's a little bit harder to get out.
You mean we don't have to stay here?
No.
Well, how do we get out?
Oh, you apply for a transfer, of course. Gentlemen.
Mr. Marley!
Delighted to see you again.
We trust your accommodations were satisfactory.
Most amusing. I'm here to apply for a transfer.
So we understood.
You are aware
Of course.
that there are certain requirements that...
I don't care! Just get me out of here! What do I have to sign? What do I have to do?
Very well.
I gather you haven't told him all the particulars on this arrangement?
Oh, I never explained every single syllable, but let's just surprise him. Ooh, and we do the limbo hop. La 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 la. Woo, party time.
Well, Mr. Marley,
You have your work cut out for you.
sign here if you please.
And here.
And there.
And also here.
Over there.
And initial here.
And this is there.
Here is your assignment.
Yes.
No one told me.
So we gather.
But that's how things are done here.
We wish you luck.
Scrooge? After redeem old Scrooge. The one man I knew who was worse than I was. Impossible. I'll never be able
Oh,
to.
let me see the contract. Party of the first part, blah, 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 boring stuff. Oh, here we are. On effecting a total and complete change of heart on the said subject, Mr. E. Scrooge, said change must be willing and irreversible. On effecting of such change, all debts shall be forgiven, all bonds broken, and the undersigned, you, I assume, shall be free to seek as greater joy. It's not very specific. What do they mean, a change of heart?
This is terrible. A willing and irreversible change of heart. It's not possible. He doesn't have one.
Oh, and there's an asterisk. They're like little stars, but they're not. This contract shall expire in 24 hours Earth time from the moment of signature, or, turn page, cock's crow, whichever shall come sooner.
Ridiculous. I've had 24 years, perhaps. But 24 hours.
Well, no one said it was going to be easy.
But this... It can't be done. It's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Stop whining. Dink.
Ow.
These work release things are in great demand. You're lucky to get one.
And this is my one chance of getting out of here.
Quite.
Hell.
Oh, you could say that. Well, 24 hours isn't very long. Time's a wasting.
I suppose you're right. Well, how do we go about doing this?
Oh, that's up to you.
Up to me. I thought you were here to help me.
Oh, I'm allowed to facilitate, but the inspiration and the perspiration must be yours. Oh, don't you love that? Inspiration and perspiration. It's like a deodorant
Delightful.
commercial.
Well, I suppose we could begin with paying a visit to the old crocodile.
Oh, couldn't do any harm to take a look.
This is Scrooge we're talking about.
Oh, indeed. Sorry, I forgot.
In an old city bar that's never too far from the places that gather the dreams that have been. In the safety of night, with its own neon light, it beckons to strangers, and they always come in. In the snow it was falling, the neon was calling, the music was low, and the night Christmas Eve. And here was the danger, that even with strangers inside of this night, it's easier to believe. Then the door opened wide, and a child came inside that no one in the bar had seen there before. And he asked, did we know that outside in the snow that someone was lost standing outside our door? And the bartender gazed through the smoke and the haze, through the window and ice, that corner street light, where standing alone by a broken payphone was a girl the child said could no longer get home. And the snow, it was falling, the neon was calling. Bartender turned and said, not that I care, but how would you know this? The child said, I've noticed if one could be home, they'd be already there. And the bartender came out from behind the bar, and if all of his life was never that far, and he did something else that he thought no one saw. When he took all the cash from the register drawer, then he followed the child to the girl across the street, and we watched from the bar as they started to speak. Then he called for a cab and he said, JFK. Put the girl in the cab and the cab drove away. And we saw in his hand that the cash was all gone from the light that she had wished upon. If you want to arrange it, this world you can change it. If we could somehow make this Christmas thing last by helping a neighbor, even a stranger, to know who needs help, you need only just ask. Then he looked for the child, but the child wasn't there. Just the wind and the snow waltzing dreams through the air. So he walked back inside, somehow different, I think. For the rest of the night, no one paid for a drink. And the cynics will say that some neighborhood kid wandered in on some bums in the world where they hid, but they weren't there, so they couldn't see by an old neon star on that night, Christmas Eve, when the snow it was falling, the neon was calling. In case you should wonder, in case you should care, why we on our own never went home on that night of all nights. We were